Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have some groundbreaking news that could change the lives of millions across the UK. In a landmark announcement, Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall has unveiled sweeping reforms to the UK's welfare system, including major changes to personal independence payments, PIP, and universal credit. These reforms are designed to overhaul how benefits are assessed and distributed, aiming to cut through the red tape and ensure that support reaches those who need it most. And get this, the government claims these changes could save a whopping £5 billion by the end of the decade. Before we dive into the details of these reforms, let's take a moment to understand the current state of the welfare system in the UK. For years, many have criticised the existing framework for being overly complex and bureaucratic. Claimants often find themselves lost in a maze of paperwork, assessments, and eligibility criteria that can feel overwhelming. The system was designed to provide support, but many have argued that it often does the opposite, leaving vulnerable individuals feeling frustrated and unsupported. Kendall's comments in the House of Commons on March 18 highlighted this very issue. She acknowledged that the current welfare system is failing the very people it's meant to help. This comes amid rising concerns about proposed changes to disability benefits, which have sparked alarm among some backbench Labour MPs. But fear not. Kendall reassured the public that PIP payments will not be frozen or means-tested, as many had feared. One of the most significant announcements revolves around PIP, which is designed to assist those with long-term disabilities or health conditions. Kendall confirmed that PIP payments will continue to rise in line with inflation, ensuring that those who rely on this support won't see their payments freeze, as had been previously considered. However, there's a catch. The government is proposing changes to the eligibility criteria for the daily living component of PIP. Under the new rules, claimants will need to score a minimum of 4 points in one of the daily living activities they are assessed on, rather than the current system where they need 8 points across all activities. For future applicants, this is a significant shift, and existing claimants will be reassessed during their next review. This change could potentially lead to some individuals losing their entitlement to the daily living component of PIP, which would also affect their eligibility for related benefits. The government is aware of the potential impact of these changes and has promised to consider how best to support those who may be adversely affected. If approved, these reforms could be life-altering for many, and the government is keen to ensure systems are in place to minimize negative consequences. But that's not all. Kendall also announced plans to merge several benefits to simplify the system. The Contributions-Based Job Seekers Allowance, JSA, and Employment Support Allowance, ESA, will be combined into a single benefit called unemployment insurance. This new system will be paid at a higher rate than the current JSA and ESA, and claimants won't have to prove they are unable to work to receive it. This is part of a broader strategy to make the welfare system more efficient and less bureaucratic. The merging of these benefits is a significant step toward reducing the complexity that many claimants face. By streamlining the process, the government hopes to make it easier for individuals to access the support they need without getting bogged down in a web of different benefits and eligibility criteria. Perhaps one of the most controversial changes is the decision to scrap the Work Capability Assessment, WC, which has long been criticized for its complexity and the stress it causes claimants. The WC, which currently determines eligibility for certain benefits based on an individual's ability to work, will be phased out by 2028. Kendall described the WCA as not fit for purpose, citing its time-consuming nature and the stress it causes, especially for those also going through PIP assessments. Critics have long argued that the WCA is overly rigid, based on a binary can or can't work assessment that doesn't account for the fluctuating nature of many health conditions. Under the new system, extra financial support for health conditions will be available exclusively through the PIP assessment, meaning financial support will be based on the impact of an individual's health condition or disability rather than their capacity to work. This shift is a significant departure from the previous approach, which often left individuals feeling judged and scrutinized rather than supported. By focusing on the impact of health conditions, the government aims to create a more compassionate system that recognizes the challenges faced by those with disabilities. In addition to these changes, there will be more face-to-face assessments, and those with the most severe disabilities will no longer face reassessments. Kendall emphasized that these changes aim to make the system more compassionate and better suited to the needs of individuals with complex health conditions. This is a crucial step in ensuring that those who require ongoing support are not subjected to unnecessary stress and anxiety. Now, let's talk about universal credit, the flagship benefit designed to support people who are out of work or on low incomes. One of the most notable announcements was a permanent above-inflation rise to the standard allowance of universal credit, which will be worth an additional £775 annually by 2029. Kendall also outlined plans to rebalance payments within universal credit, ensuring that the health top-up payment remains stable for existing claimants, while new claimants will receive a reduced rate. An additional premium for individuals with severe lifelong conditions that prevent them from working will also be introduced, providing them with the financial security they deserve. However, access to the health top-up in universal credit will be delayed until the age of 22, with savings from this delay being reinvested into work support and training opportunities. This initiative is part of a broader push to help everyone either earn or learn by investing in skills development and employment support. One of the most promising aspects of these reforms is the introduction of a right to try. This policy guarantees that trying to work will never lead to a benefits reassessment, allowing individuals receiving benefits to take up work without the fear of jeopardizing their support. This measure aims to encourage people to re-enter the workforce and regain their independence, with the government offering additional support to help them transition. This is a game changer for many individuals who have been hesitant to seek employment due to the fear of losing their benefits. By providing this safety net, the government is not only encouraging people to work, but also fostering a sense of empowerment and independence. In addition to these welfare reforms, the government is investing an extra £1 billion a year into employment support, providing high-quality, tailored assistance to help individuals get back into work. This funding will go toward programs that offer personalized support, skills training, and job placement services, ensuring that individuals have the resources they need to succeed in the workforce. Kendall also touched on measures to protect workers' rights, including introducing statutory sick pay for 1 million of the lowest-paid workers, ensuring that people are not left vulnerable when they are unable to work due to illness. This is a crucial step in safeguarding the rights of workers and ensuring that they have the support they need during difficult times. These changes represent a major shift in the way the UK approaches welfare, aiming to simplify the system and provide more targeted support to those who need it most. While some of these reforms have raised concerns, particularly regarding changes to PIP eligibility and the phasing out of the double, you see the government is hopeful that these changes will create a fairer, more efficient system that better supports individuals on their journey toward financial independence. The government's focus is on addressing issues with the current system and providing more personalized support, which could lead to a significant improvement in the lives of millions. As the reforms begin to take shape, it's clear that they will have a lasting impact on millions of claimants across the country. Whether you agree or disagree with the proposed changes, it's crucial to stay informed and understand how these changes might affect you or your loved ones. The landscape of welfare in the UK is evolving, and being aware of these changes can help you navigate the system more effectively. In conclusion, the reforms announced by Liz Kendall mark a significant turning point in the UK's welfare system. By simplifying processes, providing more targeted support, and ensuring that individuals are treated with compassion and respect, the government is taking steps toward a more equitable system. As we move forward, it's essential to engage in discussions about these changes and advocate for the needs of those who may be affected. Together, we can work toward a welfare system that truly supports individuals in their journey toward independence and well-being.